My long-distance girlfriend wants a 5-day trip with another guy before visiting me. Am I overreacting? Hey guys. So, here's the situation. Would love to hear your help and advice. Girlfriend, 21, and I, 24, are in a long-distance relationship. We've been dating for a year and 3 months in total, and I left the country almost 4 months ago. However, she's due to come and join me here 1 month from now. Since I left, things have been kinda not super great. She's been considerably less affectionate and stuff, and doesn't want to talk anywhere near as much as I'd like to. We probably do video once or twice a week, with messaging in between, although I'd really like it to be more than that. She still says she loves me though, and although we had a rocky patch about 2 months ago, where things didn't look great, right now they've been on a more even keel and the plan for her to come over here is full steam ahead right now. The troubling thing is this. Since I've left, she's become good friends with this guy, let's call him Tony. They had met previously, but didn't really become friends until after I left. No problems there. If she wants to have male friends, that's perfectly fine. The problem is that she seems to hang out with him rather a lot, and even stays over at his house occasionally. She assured me that she sleeps on the couch and that I have nothing to be worried about, but I don't know. I feel pretty weird about that, and I've told her that it's been upsetting me. She agreed to not stay over at his house anymore, but said she wanted to still be friends and hang out with him. Given how little we talk, sometimes it feels like she would rather talk to him than me. I even once asked her point blank if she was cheating on me, which she vehemently denied. She also told me that Tony once expressed romantic interest in her one time a couple months back, although she rebuffed him. So, things had been progressing along. I was kinda uncomfortable with her friendship with this guy, but I was trying to deal with it. Then recently she told me that, on the way to come and stay with me overseas, her and Tony are planning a 5-day trip overseas, just the two of them, to go do a marathon, visit some theme parks, etc. This makes me super uncomfortable. I mean, I have no problem with her having male friends. I have plenty of female ones, but while sleeping over at his house kinda crosses a line for me, going on vacation with him alone for 5 days really crosses a line, especially given how distant she's been with me. I'm not cool with this at all, and it generally just makes me very uncomfortable. It's really impossible to know whether or not she has been or is cheating on me, but do you think I'd be unreasonable to ask her to cancel that trip? They haven't booked it yet as far as I'm aware. Am I being overly suspicious here? Appreciate any advice you guys could give me. Thanks. Relevant comments. I got news, my man, and none of it is good. I think you know what's up and that the writing is on the wall. I hope everyone here takes it easy on you. He's courting her, and she's either playing along or leading him on. Neither is something nice people do. Although she rebuffed him, and now they're going on a romantic holiday together? That's not what rebuffed looks like. She may not have been interested in him before, but she's coming around. Update, 6 days after the first post. I wrote her a long message saying that I'm really sorry, but I'm not comfortable with your planned 5-day holiday with Tony given all the circumstances. I feel like it's disrespectful to me. You didn't even ask me if I was okay with it, and generally it kinda crosses a line. I told her I'd really like her to cancel it. It turns out that in the 12 hours between when she told me this and when I got back to her with that message, she'd gone ahead and booked the whole thing. So that makes it a bit more complicated. She was sorta nice about it at first and said, but it's just a fun trip. You have nothing to worry about. She also said that it wouldn't be fair on Tony cause he's such a nice guy and deserves good things to happen to him. And also this trip is for his birthday. She admitted that maybe she was wrong to go ahead and do it so hastily without considering my feelings, but told me she was still gonna go anyway. I replied saying, that's nice of you to apologize, but really, I'm still not super comfortable with that still. Given that she'd gone ahead and booked, I suggested that maybe I could be the one to pay for her flight change fee, or even maybe she could bus out to another resort an hour up the coast without him. That sounds pretty weird, I know, but I said surely there's some kind of compromise here. I also basically told her that I feel like even if nothing is going on between them, I feel like she's totally disrespecting me and disregarding my feelings. I said it feels kinda like she's replaced me with this guy a little bit. She replied and said, in some ways Tony has replaced what we had when I was still in the country. She didn't mean physically though. I came back and obviously wasn't super happy to hear that. So I said that unless you can put your boyfriend ahead of your friend, I can't see what kind of future we could have together. I said I'm really sorry if this comes off as jealous and I do trust you, but I still think this is uncool. I told her that I don't feel like I'm a priority for her at all, and unless she can do something to fix that, then I'm not sure what we're doing here. Things went downhill pretty fast from there. She called me a childish brat, selfish, a jerk, and a whole lot of other things over the next while. From her point of view, I was being totally selfish by asking her to do this. If nothing is truly going on, then I can kinda see why she'd feel that way, I guess. She said that I was a jerk who was trying to manipulate her. So, I said, I understand why you'd feel that way. Maybe we can compromise somehow. There's gotta be a way. She told me, I have two choices. Either she's going with him on the trip, or she's breaking up with me, and that I have until midnight to decide. So, I did the only thing I felt I could. I said I'm not gonna date someone who tells me, get back to me by midnight, or I'm breaking up with you. I told her it felt like she was trying to bully me and didn't respect me at all, and that relationships should be about compromise, and you shouldn't give ultimatums like that. I said I'd still like to find a way out of this, but she basically said nope, no compromising, and that I'm standing in the way of her happiness or something. So that's that, and we broke up. There's plenty of other points of note in the conversation, but that's the gist of it. The funny thing is, I actually am inclined to think she hasn't been cheating on me physically. She seemed genuine when she said so, but she does seem to be having a bit of an emotional affair. After we decided to break up, she said something like, in some ways Tony has some of the qualities that she wished I'd had. So although this is kind of a shitty situation, I think breaking up was probably a good idea. Relevant comments. You may be inclined to think she wasn't cheating, but the evidence would suggest otherwise. The fact that she just broke up with you and tossed out the barbs of how he's a better fit just go to show she's been developing this relationship for quite some time. You're better off without her. I think it was one of those girls that doesn't want to not be in relationship. Always skipping to new boat, never in the water. Pretty sad people they are. Let her go, OP. You can do better. I'm thinking opposite actually. She is the kind that cannot bear to be alone for a couple of weeks, who has a new boyfriend within days of getting dumped by the last. That's her to a T actually. She's dated a few guys over the last few years and has almost never ever been single for any length of time. She broke up with a major boyfriend about a month or so before we started dating, and in between she still found time to briefly date another guy as well.